Hello and welcome to AZ in the Circle, Arizona Softball Podcast. We have two very awesome grad student athletes from Grand Canyon University. We have Kristin Fifield and Ashley Trierweiler here in the show, in the circle with us today. So thank you, Kristin. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Yeah, we want to ask you guys, and you're just days away from the opening day, so we're super excited here for you. We want to ask a few questions. We want to talk about, hey, what are you working towards your last year as a player at Grand Canyon University? And then congratulate you on some pretty incredible recognition that you just recently received. And then also, hey, your recruitment journey to GCU. Why'd you choose GCU? And then lastly, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your younger self about the recruiting process? Because we have a lot of young student athletes that watch our show, and they like insight. I mean, it's your own personal journey, but if maybe they can glean something from that, you never know. So, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start. Kristin, you're an awesome softball player to start. Last year, you were the leader in the country with RBIs. You led the country for 9 consecutive weeks. So you guys went to the tournament 2 years in a row. You've been in the tournament, the 2 ever first appearances in the NCAA tournament. Last year, you almost made it out of the regional into super regional. You had a big win over number 1 seed UCLA. You won the WAC championship twice. So with that done already in the past, where do you see yourself going your last year playing? What have you given it some thought?
It's been kind of bittersweet, honestly. I've just kind of been enjoying every moment, spending it with my teammates, coaches, but it's definitely been hard realizing, like, this is it for me. So just kind of going in, playing it like it's my last time, because it is. But at the end of the day, playing like if today was my last day, giving it all I can every single day. But it's been really bittersweet. I know probably for Ashley, too, it's really bittersweet for all of us seniors. But doing it together has been really fun, enjoying every part of it. Even the pains that we all feel. It's been really, really sweet to experience with all of them.
Do you try not to think of it's the last time, or do you just try to zone that out and say, no, I'm just going to play?
Yeah, I definitely try not to think about it because I do not want to start real world yet, and I want to keep playing for as long as I can. So if I can do that, I would love to keep playing. If I had 2 more years, I would so do it. But it's been really, really bittersweet. I have, no words because I don't want to stop playing. Hopefully I can keep playing with Tree maybe. But yeah, I try not to think about this being it because I don't want it to be. But if it's it, it's it. I'm obviously proud of everything that I've done and all the work that I put in to get to where I am. So
That's great. And then Tree, is that your nickname, Tree?
Yeah.
Ashley,
Yes.
what about you? What do you have in mind as far as your last year as a player at Grand Canyon University? Because like Kristin just said, maybe we'll be seeing you in August out in Illinois doing something later on.
Yeah.
You never know.
I mean, I think Kristin did a good job summing it up of it's bittersweet and this is it for college, which is so crazy to think about because it feels like we just started. And obviously this being my first year at GCU, it's wow, I just got here and literally in 4 months, 4 or 5 months, we're going to be done. And this is it.
Yeah.
So trying not to think about that so much because it's a little sad, but, I'm just trying to build off of everything that I've done so far and continue kind of on that trajectory that I've set up and just kind of bringing that into this new environment.
Yeah, we had your coach on earlier, and he was saying how you kind of just, you didn't lead the whole country in average last year. You end up coming in second, and if you ain't first, you're last. You listen to,
So true.
No, I'm just kidding. That's that guy, whatever his name is.
Ricky
Bobby.
Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. Yeah. No, but being second is, that doesn't matter. You were one of the top hitters in the nation. And so for some reason, you must see the ball in slow motion or something. Can you tell us about your hitting approach, or what's it, to you? It's like, what do you mean? I just see the ball, I hit the ball. A little bit about that. I'd love to hear that from you. An All-American at Santa Clara, and now you're here, Grand Canyon.
Yeah, honestly, what you just said, see the ball, hit the ball, that's pretty much how it goes for me. I've never really had a hitting coach like that. My last year at Santa Clara, we have hired an official hitting coach, and then Coach Hayes has been tweaking a couple of things here and there this year, but like other than that, I never really had a hitting coach, so it was more just like swing at strikes, swing at the ball, like swing at balls you can hit, and run fast, and hopefully you're
I like that second comment. Swing at balls you can hit, because if it's your pitch and you can hit it high out there, take it.
I think part of the reason that I've had so much success hitting is that I hit pitches that I probably shouldn't be hitting, and I hit them like fairly well and where they probably shouldn't be hit, and so it throws the defense off, which like maybe I swing at too many balls, but it ends up working out.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, so I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like scrapping it out, honestly.
Yeah, and you must be highly competitive with the pitcher, and you got to think to yourself, she's going to try to get ahead on me right now, so I'm not going to let that happen. I haven't looked at your stats as far as that goes, but are you a big time first pitch strike hitter?
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Or first pitch hitter? Doesn't have to be a strike.
A lot of the time. It really depends on like the game situation, but a lot of the time, like especially in our scrimmages that we've been doing with our own team, like they're trying to get ahead, and when you're hitting off of the same pitchers.
Does the coach say, "Hey, we're starting at 1-1," so even more pressure, or is it just a full at bat?
No, we actually haven't done that, I don't think. But yeah,
Thankfully.
I mean, I just try and hit the first strike that I see, because usually that'll be the best one, at least in my experience.
No, yeah, I've heard that over and over, and if you pass on it, that's the best pitch you're going to see.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's good insight. And then I want to congratulate both of you. Last year, I was just going to congratulate you last year on making the D1 softball D100 list in 2023 at GCU at Santa Clara. And then just recently, seems like hours ago, you guys were also selected the 2024 Softball America Top 100 and also D100 Top 100 2024 list. So how's that? That's got to make you feel good. That's what is that? It's a sign of all the hard work you put in and your talent kind of come together, and you guys created that for you.
Yeah, I think it's definitely all the hard work we've put in. It's being like shown, and we're kind of getting rewarded for it in a sense. So being able to receive that has been an honor, because it does show like, oh, okay, my hard work, like you said, is being put in and being shown and being recognized. So really cool, and I love that I'm able to have that and kind of walk with it. But yeah, it's been an honor. I mean, can't really say much, but thank you. Yeah. But yeah, it's a reward for all the hard work and all the things we've done to get where we are now.
Having two studs on the team as yourselves in a leadership position, but your whole roster is so talented. Have you found yourself maybe about just leading by example, or have any of the younger teammates come up to you or just kind of leaned on you for anything, whether it's on the field or off the field stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
a lot.
And are you surprised about it, or are you thankful, like, wow, I get to give back, or how's that been?
Yeah, it's a super awesome opportunity, because like we're old. Like we're 5 years older than some of these freshmen that are in here, and it's just like it's so different because we were there not very long ago, and so just like it's a full circle moment, honestly, and like being able to watch someone who was like in a similar position that we were in as a freshman, and helping them grow and like getting on them early with the things that we've learned, as opposed to like letting them go through similar struggles, like giving them the advice that we got maybe like later on in our careers, if that makes sense.
Giving it to them earlier.
Like just a specific example for me, like I've had some of our younger girls, like they wanted to learn how I bunt, because that's another big part of like my hitting game, and
you tell them, I see the ball and I bunt it.
Yeah, I don't even know, it's just like sneakier than I guess typically people bunt.
Because you're a power hitter, so they think. So they.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, yeah.
But
I can't play third or first when she's up to bat, because I just don't know where to play her, because she's either gonna drop a bunt or just
sneaky bunt,
freaking beam it at me.
Yeah, but like seeing the younger girls want to learn those things, and like being the one that they seek out to teach them and like seek out for advice, like it's awesome, and it's a great opportunity to help like the future of the program grow, because I think that's a huge piece of like why we're here as fifth years, and just the opportunities that we've been given to grow the program even more and like leave that legacy. Because like unlike Kristin here, like I have 1 year to kind of leave a mark, and so if I can do that by helping the younger girls, like I'm all here for it. So
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you. Then also, next up, I want to talk about your softball journey to Grand Canyon University. And Kristin, we'd love to start with you. What were you thinking in high school? How'd you end up getting here? How'd you make Coach Hayes' day by being here when he arrived? So all that. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
So I started playing with the club ball team here in Phoenix, Tucson, the Thundercats.
Thundercats. Is that Todd Judge's organization, or that was Suncats? That's Suncats. Oh,
I played for Laura Espinosa. She was an amazing club ball coach, and she taught me so many different things. She allowed me to go and explore so many things if I would have just stayed in El Paso and just did little tournaments. But being able to come to Phoenix and Tucson and play with her and get it to experience all the travel ball stuff, all the camps that they do was super, super cool, and really thankful for that and that I was able to have that opportunity. But she had a really good connection with the old coach, Ann Pearson, which was really cool. Fell in love with the school when I came. Super all together engaging environment all the time. And
campus was brand spanking new. I mean, it's been around
field
forever,
was
but
new, everything was so new. It was beautiful, and it was just from my freshman year till now, the campus has continued to grow, and it's been really cool to watch. But being able to, it was kind of a funky end to my sophomore season with her leaving, but once we found out our new coach, it was kind of a cool moment because I was getting recruited by his brother to go play at Lubbock Christian originally. Didn't take that, which worked out good in his favor because now I get to play for him. But
since they're brothers, did Coach Hayes, GCU Coach Hayes, give his brother a hard time out there in Lubbock? Like, what are you trying to do to take my player?
Well, I was getting recruited by him my coming in, so I had kind of a little bit of experience with the Hayes group. So, but once I saw him, I was like, Hayes just looks so familiar. I can't figure it out. I don't know what it is. And when he called me, he was like, so you were trying to you were going to go play for my brother. And I was like, I was. That's where it all ties together. So it's super cool.
Now, was the transfer portal in play when you were finishing your sophomore year?
It definitely was a thought in my mind, but I wanted to give whatever coach that was coming in the chance and
to meet him,
see kind of how the whole thing worked, see if we connected and if he needed or she needed what I was being able to bring to the table. And if not, then I was going to probably enter the transfer portal. But
were you at the same time, was that must have been bittersweet because you're thinking, I don't know, you love Grand Canyon, so you didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
And so you're hoping, you're praying that maybe the coach will like me.
Right,
oh,
yeah.
Come on. The coach is like, yes. Well, how did that conversation happen? Tell me about that. The first time you talked to Coach Hayes, and did he bring you into his office? What happened there?
The first time he talked was actually on my birthday. He called me, and I was at my birthday dinner, but it was
Did he know it was your birthday?
I don't think he realized it until he called me. Well, he tried to call me, and I didn't answer.
And he's thinking, oh, why did she not answer my phone?
But it was a very interesting conversation because of obviously the connection we had with his brother. Because I was going to be recruited as a pitcher with his brother, which was what weird turn, not a pitcher at all anymore. But it was, the conversation went perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything more from him and what he did. So it's a really good conversation.
That's really good.
His brother obviously had really good things to say about me, which I'm thankful for that, because if he didn't, I probably wouldn't be here right now. So
really good things to say about
me and my performance.
I thought you were going to say he had really good things to say about Coach Hayes.
No, never.
All right, good. That's awesome. That's a great story. And it happened on your birthday. That's a sign.
Yeah.
You know, things don't just happen by coincidence.
Right.
You know, they think they do, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
So,
Nice little birthday gift. Yeah.
definitely a birthday gift. So then were you good. Were you
Pretty,
relieved?
I was pretty relieved. I was like, I'm glad I can stay there because I loved the Phoenix area. Again, I loved Grand Canyon and all the athletics and what they bring. Even everyone else around, the support that they give athletics is amazing. And it's kind of hard to find it anywhere else you go, I feel like, with our fan base that we have and just the community we bring all around, from athletics to school to everything that's in campus. It's literally a different environment when you step onto campus.
Yep. Been there. It's beautiful
really
campus.
Cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see the beach volleyball sand there. Do you guys the team ever play there? Or not
We've
really?
done like separately, but it's super fun to just go. You can go whenever. You can go play basketball whenever, volleyball, sand. There's so many different things you can do, which is really cool.
That's great. And then what about when you finally got on the field with Coach Hayes and you got to see, okay, I'm here now.
Yeah.
What's it like? And then was that pretty intense? That was pretty cool that you liked it.
It was such a turn of events, I think, for me. Being with the old coach and then coming with Coach Hayes was a different, like, all the coaches are different in how they coach, which was just getting used to how he does things and kind of like adjusting to his mindset and what he likes was really cool, and learning from him was awesome.
Because they had their families.
Oh, yeah.
Their dad's coached Texas Tech for 21 years, and now he coaches at Denver,
Mm-hmm.
Colorado Christian in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was really cool learning from him, but I felt like it was normal. It was like we were back at home.
Good.
Wasn't anything like dramatic, crazy, which was really nice.
Yeah, Coach says he likes to keep it simple.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
Simple. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ashley, your journey to you can start from wherever you want. Ended up here at Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, out of high school, I was super late in the recruiting process just because the first travel org that I played for, like, our coach wasn't super serious about getting us recruited, which I didn't really understand as, like, a freshman and sophomore. And even into my junior year, like, I didn't realize how important it was to start early. But, so I was late. But I wanted to come to Grand Canyon out of high school because I had a couple of friends from church who came here, and so I came and visited them and saw the campus and was like, wow, this is like, it's a beautiful campus, and it's just like, it's such a nice environment, and it being a faith-based school is so important. But then the previous coaching staff, they like never responded to any of my emails, and like, so I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll move on, and ended up at Santa Clara, signed with them super late, then obviously 4 years there, which, like, I'm a totally different player now than I was when I came into college, and so I'm really grateful for that experience there because I learned a lot from that coaching staff and was able to grow a lot as a player and just as a person and a leader on the field.
So when you got your degree there,
Yeah.
last May, right?
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Did they do senior day on the softball field for
Yeah,
you? Was
they
that
did.
with your?
It was sweet. It was nice, but yeah, and so the portal was huge for me. Like, I actually was in the portal before season started last year. So I was in there in August, which was an interesting experience because it was like a complete 180 flip from my recruiting process out of high school. Like, I had like 2 offers out of high school, and then I hit the portal, and it was like almost overwhelming with schools.
This is
that were
August
interested.
before you finish your season.
Yes.
And then, well, that's fantastic. And you said you had how many?
I couldn't even tell you. It was a lot.
But
I
you
was
said,
surprised.
well, what made you decide to stay and finish your season at Santa Clara?
Well, I wanted to graduate
Good.
and kind of finish what I started there.
Oh, so you're already thinking in August post.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I went in so that I kind of would have a sense of where I needed to apply for grad school.
Understand.
Because I knew I had that 5th year and kind of wanted to just see what else was out there. Part of the reason why I ended up here too was that I know that GCU is like on the up and up, and like obviously back-to-back WAC championships, back-to-back regional appearances. Like, I want to be a part of something like that, and if we can go past a regional and make it to supers or beyond that, like, that's what I want to do here.
This community loves softball. I mean, we got I consider three powerhouses now in D1 with U of A, ASU, Grand Canyon University. I mean, you guys made back-to-back appearances in the tournament. 2 years ago, U of A goes to the World Series. 2 years ago, ASU is in the regional. So I really am excited for all three of the schools here because, and we got tickets to that opening weekend at Arizona State and at Grand Canyon. You guys you're sharing a tournament with major players coming in. To you right off the bat, you guys play against that team from Madison, right?
Yep.
That's just coming up.
Yeah.
So that's good. So, but the good news is you had always wanted to go to Grand Canyon from the beginning, and then when you entered the transfer portal, you probably got more feedback, and then when you finally graduated and got your degree, and did you take a visit after you graduated to Grand Canyon, or did you just call the coach, or how did that happen?
I took my visit in November. So like in the middle of our fall, I think it was during Thanksgiving break, if I remember correctly.
Because you were thinking grad student anyway.
Yeah. So this was like the only official visit that I ever took anywhere in the whole recruiting process. But yeah, like I emailed Coach Hayes. I honestly wasn't expecting anything back.
So when you finally emailed Grand Canyon and you got something back from Coach Hayes, what was that like?
I was excited.
Because you're like, he's not going to email me back.
No, literally, like, with the experience that I had with the previous coaching staff, like, I wasn't expecting anything back. I was like, we'll just email just in case. Like, maybe he'll take a look at it.
I'm an All-American, and I'm sending an email to a coach.
Well, I wasn't an All-American at the time, so I didn't have that. I didn't have that under my belt when I first reached out. But, I mean, after that first phone call with Coach Hayes, like, I felt like, the Lord was leading me here. And obviously at that time, there were also some other schools that were in play. So I wasn't like 100% committed, like right then and there, but.
Nor did you have to be. You're still.
Yeah, that was the nice thing about being in the portal as early as I was. But, I think at the end of the day, like the Lord definitely brought me here because like the faith-based was like that sealed the deal for me. And like just hearing the way that our coaching staff, like the philosophies and the fact that our coaches are such faithful individuals as well, and like we have a team culture that's built on like our identity in Christ, I would say. And so that was the deciding factor in why I ended.
That's powerful. I love it. And what about when you met the rest of the staff? You got Coach Wen, you got Coach Gorsuch, and Coach Cheryl. What was that? You're like,
well, I mean, Sydney Cheryl is just a legend, and so like meeting her in person, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to you. Like, super great experience. And just like when I came out on my visit, everyone was so nice, and like a lot of the times on visits or like the way things go is like, oh, put on your best face, but it's like none of it was fake at all. It was all like the most genuine, like welcome. And
you knew it wasn't fake because actions speak louder than words. So and when you got to know them, it kept continuing to be the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was just like the moment that I stepped on campus for the visit, I was like, wow, like this is it.
That's great.
But
thank you for sharing. And then lastly, I've asked this to some of our student athletes that have already signed. We'll feature them after we get done with the college, all you college studs. But we've asked them, hey, what would you tell your younger self about the recruiting journey now that you know what you know? Just what would you tell your younger self? Not necessarily tell them, but tell yourself, and then maybe there's something that we can take from that, or the student athletes out there that are listening and watching can take from it. So, Kristin, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your younger self about the recruitment process, journey?
I would kind of just tell myself to be the best version of you that you can be. Go explore, go expand, kind of like I did. I was grateful for those opportunities that I was given to go expand my abilities that God gave me. So being able to do that and go to camps, go to tournaments where the coaches were watching, do that as much as you can, because if you're not doing that, you're not getting seen. So I would just say go and get seen, go get noticed. That's all I really would say is if get seen however you can, and if you're getting seen, they're going to notice you, and they're going to notice the hard work you're putting in. They're going to notice how much love you have for the game and stuff like that. But I would definitely, if you can get seen, whatever ways, even if it's little camps from the start, going into bigger camps or doing little things like that, and just doing the tournaments, I think is a big way to really get noticed. And
yeah, it seems like if you do get started early, like you're saying, and you go to these camps, I mean, even though they may not be able to recruit you that year, you're still getting experience. So when your recruitment year when you're on the clock, like the class of 2026 is on the clock, they start going to camps now, and now all that experience from all those other camps, now they're more relaxed, they're loose, they're playing, they're not, for the first time they're going to camp. So that's a great suggestion. And you did that.
Yeah.
So
really
you would just redo that again. You would tell yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, do what you did again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was really blessed to have the opportunities that I did have with the people like Laura Espinosa. I had coaches from back home like Joe Morales, really just helped push me and put myself out there, which is super thankful for all the people that surrounded me and pushed me to do that, which was very blessed to have received that. Because I know most people don't get those opportunities or don't have those people to push you and kind of guide you in that direction, which sucks, but for me, I'm really blessed that I had those opportunities.
Yeah, and that's great that you acknowledge that opportunity. Yeah. I had a friend tell me one time that your life is like, if you made a quilt, you can make a quilt, and each patch would represent somebody in your life that had an influence on you, and that's what makes your life. So it's awesome that you had people around you, or that somebody in your family, your parents, surrounded you with great people.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So good. And Ashley, tell us about what you would tell your younger self into this recruitment journey when you email Grand Canyon, they don't respond, but then the second, just be persistent and keep emailing because someday they'll respond, or what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, like what Kristin said, definitely going to camps. Like, that was how I got recruited to Santa Clara. Like, honestly, I didn't really know much about the school until my travel ball coach was like, hey, go to this camp. They're looking for, like, someone that, played like I did at the time. And so I went, and that's how I got seen there, even though it was super late in the recruiting process. So I'd say definitely go to camps, be persistent, use your resources. So like in that travel organization that I was in as a junior, senior, our coach had a lot of connections, and so using him as a resource definitely helped. And obviously now we can be resources to younger players as well that we know, and I think that's super cool. But I think the biggest thing that I would tell myself as a sophomore in the recruiting process is to expect the unexpected, because even right off the bat at Santa Clara, the coach that recruited me left. I never played for her, so it was right from the start, I was like, whoa, didn't see that one coming. It was I signed, and then a week later she was like, hey, I'm actually not going to be your coach this year, sorry. But then obviously Coach Carbonado's super competitive.
She's
an All-American herself. A lot of my game now is thanks to her, which is super awesome. But I'd say definitely expect the unexpected, because then we had COVID. Nobody wants to talk about that, but it happened. And
is that one of the reasons why you still have a year left of eligibility?
Yeah, that's it.
So think about that.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't want to say you're thankful for it, but there's a silver lining there for sure.
It's expect the unexpected, and as a Christian athlete, it's God's gonna work through the sport in your life in ways that you probably never would have expected. Like last year being an All-American, that was something that I vividly remember writing down as a prayer when I was 7. And going to Santa Clara, I didn't really think it was going to happen. I kind of counted myself out of it just because of it's a smaller school, not a very big conference, things like that. But here I am now, and that's all God working, and now I'm here at GCU where I wanted to go in the first place. And so it's but if you would have asked me this 2-3 years ago, I probably wouldn't be able to say oh yeah, I'm confident that I'm gonna perform well and do all these things. And
so that 7th grader got their prayers answered.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the time that you wanted the prayer answered,
Yeah.
but and you did your part to make that prayer come true. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great story. Yeah, both of you guys are fantastic. Thanks for being on the show and giving us some insight into your journey to GCU. And man, we wish nothing but the best for you guys. I hope you guys just have a great opening month, opening 3 weekends before you hit conference play. And then we'd love to have you back, after the season, sometime in June after, you end up in that town out there. That'd be great. So, and we hope you guys continue to play for a long, long time. So,
Thank you so much
Thank
for having
you.
us.
yeah, you're very welcome. So thank you for watching. And if you liked what you saw and we've earned your subscription, please subscribe and like. Thank you for tuning in to AZ in the Circle.